The Doctronic website says, "I'm your AI refill doctor." The fine print on the same page says, "Doctronic is an AI doctor, not a licensed doctor, does not practice medicine, and does not provide medical advice or patient care." Both sentences coexist on the same web page right now. This is either a remarkable achievement in self-contradiction, or it is the most honest summary available of what is actually happening in Utah. Since January 2026, Utah has been running the first in the nation program allowing an AI system to process prescription refills for state residents. 190 medications, no controlled substances. The company calls it a low-risk patient encounter. The Utah Medical Licensing Board, which was not consulted before the program launched and found out after it went live, calls it something else. Their board chair told the AI office director at a public meeting, "I'm just very afraid that nothing is going to happen until we have some deaths." The Department of Commerce rejected the board's call for an immediate suspension, dismissing its concerns as, quote, "rooted in misperceptions," whatever that means. Note who did the rejecting, and not the Department of Health, the Department of Commerce, which is where the dystopically named Office of Artificial Intelligence Policy lives, the office that signed the deal with Doctronic. The FDA hasn't approved a single generative AI model for clinical use and has said nothing about the Utah pilot. A bill pending in Congress to authorize AI prescribing with state approval hasn't made it out of committee. The entity that decided prescription refills are administrative rather than clinical and waived the regulations accordingly is an office whose stated mission is to remove regulatory barriers for AI companies. The state's defense rests on physician oversight. In phase 1 of the trial program, every AI refill decision is reviewed by a licensed physician before reaching the pharmacy. But those physicians are Doctronic's physicians, not the patient's physician. When the board asked whether individual physicians could opt out, the AI office director said it was a direct-to-consumer offering. You are not part of the equation after your initial prescription. Phase 2, already on the schedule, moves physician review to after the fact. Oversight is a transitional feature, not a decision principle. If you've been in medicine for any length of time, you know this argument. Routine task, overtrained physicians, appropriate supervision, the supervision erodes, the routine expands. You watched it with physician assistants, then nurse practitioners, then providers. The Utah pilot is the same movie at a different speed with a commerce department, not a health agency, running the projector. If an AI-processed refill causes harm, a drug interaction, the algorithm missed, a patient who needed reassessment before continuing a medication, well, who's liable? The AI company, the reviewing Doctronic physician processing hundreds of refills a day, the state that waived the regulations, the patient who chose a direct-to-consumer service. No one has answered this on the record. Sooner or later, it will be answered, just not in the way anyone currently involved seems to be planning for. If you'd like to discuss how the Utah pilot's regulatory structure and liability questions may eventually affect your group or your practice, no matter in what state you practice, reach out.